A lot of times when someone has done pretty despicable things and they're trying to do better and do right, they do turn to religion to help them. They turn to God in a lot of ways, and they turn to a support system within the church. For some people, this can be frustrating because they're like, wait a minute, it feels like this person just got away with murder, and now they're hiding behind their religion to say, well, I'm forgiven. Two lines of thought here that I wanted to address. So the first one, did they just get away with it by repenting and being forgiven? The person who has created atrocities in their situation, in their life, and they've really betrayed their partner and hurt tremendously because of their own pain, there is certainly healing that God can do when you come to Him. But what really happens in some cases is the hiding behind God and the hiding behind religion. Some people will do that to say, well, let's not talk about it. I'm forgiven, right? The way God has designed this world and the way that God operates, it is never a get out of jail free card. While God does forgive you, there are consequences that still have to be addressed. And there is a lot of things that you still have to do to prevent from going back to that situation. Just because forgiveness is given by God does not mean that you're automatically cured. It requires you to sanctify yourself with God, and He changes you. A lot of ways, people who simply hide behind the coattails of God, saying, well, just let's not talk about it anymore, fail to make those changes. They fail to change in any way. And that's really how you can tell that they're not really walking in that particular relationship. They're just kind of using it to do works or to help themselves or to get people off their back. Real change comes when God sanctifies us, and He takes us through fire. He takes us through pain to get us to that point. And you have to be willing to go through that if you're going to make the choice to atone for what you've done. This comes through giving your heart to God, surrendering it to Him, and letting Him do the repair. You're in a deeper position if you're just hiding behind God, or if you're just running to religion to be forgiven and not doing that particular work. You're actually held more accountable. There's a verse in 2 Peter where it tells a very clear-cut way of how to get out of sin and addiction. And in it, he says, those who fail to develop this way are short-sighted, forgetting that they have been taken care of and redeemed. If you are choosing to follow God, that it is not just forgiveness, it is a commitment of yourself to a higher calling and to accountability. And if you squander it and you don't take it seriously, there will be bigger repercussions than before. So for those who are concerned that someone is just simply hiding behind this to get a free out of jail card, it is understandable that you would feel that. But you also need to understand that if this is not sincere and if the person doesn't do the work, everything will come out. And not only will they be judged by humanity, but also God themselves. And it's just something that you shouldn't be playing with fire. If you're going to choose to follow God, you choose to follow God. And if not, you need to assess what your choice was to do it, not just to look good, but to actually make forward progress and recommit yourself to something very, very serious, to get out of something also very serious.